So in court, Edochie threw a lot of tantrums. He threw a lot of it. He was hitting himself on the floor, on the ground. He was so desperate. It got to a point the judge had to ask, Mister, are you skip making here, or you do not know that you're in court? Edochie kept hitting himself on the ground, saying no, that the court should allow them settle this out of court, that they do not need to come back here again, that he has no money to pay his lawyers, and that he would prefer that this is settled out of court. He said that 80% of his income, Mary has cornered it, and that he is not in a good shape. Things are not working for him. All of this, he kept saying that he prefers that this be settled out of court. He said that customs and culture has provided a way to resolve, and that he prefers the kinsmen of Mary and his own kinsmen sit together on this and settle what needs to be settled. Whatever punishment, whatever needs to be done, will be done appropriately, rather than the court. You all know how it all started. How Edochie declared himself a proud polygamist, and every of what he has written out there, done, did, he said, these are all skits, meaning the court or may or our lawyers cannot work with whatever it is that is on social media. He said whatever is on social media is just for jokes and gaff and nothing more, and that reality is different from social media. These are the words of Edochie, and this is what he stood upon. Now, the judge could not stand the tears and the show of pain, distress. It had a lot of effect on the judge. And you know, the judge are also human beings. He or she understood what is happening, that it's not about losing May. It's about the property, the responsibilities of Edochie, and the load of it being that he has failed in all ramification. The stress of it, the pressure of it is what Edochie is crying about. He did not imagine, he did not foresee that this was going to be his lot. He never knew that he was going to fail this much. He felt, okay, regardless, if anything is going to happen, at least I'll be at the borderline. But Edochie fell beyond. He's on the floor, crawling his chest on the floor. He can barely lift his head up. And to make matters worse, his children do not want to talk to him. They do not want to have anything to do with him. I don't blame those children. Not at all. I do not. How can I even blame them? If you have a father that messes up this bad, a father that ridicules you and your mother publicly, I don't think you want to associate with such a person. We also what Daniela did. She yanked off Edochie. She does not want to associate with that, since Edochie said that a mom should take off Edochie all because of a strange woman. A woman that is not viable. A woman who has no value to offer. The only thing she promised or she can promise is to have hundreds of children. That's all that she has available. So a lot of people were hoping for today. Today was supposed to be the grand finale. Today was supposed to be the end of the battle. Today was supposed to be the conclusion of the matter. But because of some strings and the attitude of Edochie, some things are inconclusive. Now, you know, for you to seek for a divorce requires you to prove that the other fellow, the other person, your partner, has committed crimes egregious. And this is the ground for your divorce. This is the ground to cut off. Let us assume that you got tired of your marriage and you're like, I'm tired. I do not want to be with this man anymore. No, I'm done with it. The court asks questions from you. Why? Have you caught him in any... But you know you took a vow and there are certain things that you vowed. So why do you want to break this partnership? You'll have to tell the court that you are tired. I don't love him anymore. I don't want to be with him. What did he do? I don't care what he did or what he didn't do. I just don't. Now, it's not as if the court will not finalize the divorce, but it might take a while because he will also want to argue reasons why you should not. But at the end of the day, nobody can be forced to be together. In the case of May, she provided all that Edochie had provided on social media. And I believe that Edochie intentionally did not speak to me directly about it and also did not write her formally about it. Maybe this could be an advice or suggestion from some ignorant people who are told him, look, do not give her any evidence. At the end of the day, does she have any video evidence? Any audio evidence, picture evidence that you ever got married to Judy or did some native customs and that? Now, the issue with Edochie, like I had explained earlier and our legal team had also talked about, is this. Edochie got married 2 ways. Each of these ways are equal, but one has a certain consequence different from the other. So if you get married via the native law and customs, you have the right to get married to as much as you choose to. But there is something called rules of engagement. You cannot just take upon yourself any woman out there, bring her home and say, because I have the right, I'm a titled man, I'm a chief, I am this, I am that, whatever you think that you can tell. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to get the consent of your first wife. If she does not consent to it, your polygamy will not hold with her. Maybe with some other women. Because she also has the right to cut off whatever partnership both of you have. Now, if you get married via the court, the registry, you cannot wake up and choose to be with another woman, married to her, and all of that. That would be bigamy. Why? Because this particular law stems from a certain culture that is not an African culture, where monogamy is more embraced, not because they do not have their own polygamy. They do have in certain instances and cases. So Edochie in court threw a lot of tantrums. He said a lot of things. Now, the funniest of it is this. Judy also was present in court, and you need to see Judy Austin crying and Edochie also crying. This is unbelievable. These guys are just, they are just liars. I mean, these are actors and actresses. Look at the display. They had already prepared the normal thing they apply to their eyes to cry. If you see the kind of cry, Judy was told to just calm down or get out of the court. Like you will be charged for contempt. Come on, get out of here. Look at the way she was crying. Hey, speaking Igbo language, saying God is our witness. God is for us. Odogu. God is Odogu. There's nothing that she did not say. And Edochie's children also, they did not smile at him. They also stood their ground with their mother in support, in solidarity. And I think Edochie knows fully, unless these children, maybe later in the future, later in their future, later in his future, if they choose to forgive him and whatever it is, we don't know. Maybe Edochie will stumble into a church somewhere, and then we'll see that display where it will start speaking. Who are you? It will say, I am Juju Austin. What have you done to him? I chained him. I did this, I did that. Yes, he's one of the rising star. He was supposed to begin this. Then we saw him from our kingdom. Then we sent this and that. How did you do it? It's very simple. I took the monthly flow from my pekus and I used it. I cooked. I gave it to someone that often brings food to us. She's also one of our agents. And when Edochie ate it, because his name has been called upon it, it worked on him. The others, they are roaming around without progress. But Edochie got captured. Oh, so what have you done to his life? I have made him become a mockery. You know how these deliverance things work. We don't know. Maybe if that is to happen, maybe his children will now forgive and believe that our daddy was under a spell, our daddy was bewitched, and all of that. Maybe, but as it is right now, Edochie knows that he has lost his children. So he has to build Judy Austin's children and make them love him, care for him when he gets older. And I hope that they do not repeat the same. But talk about conflict, there is a possibility of a big one. Conflict. It is going to be there. I don't know if those children will try to meet up, connect with their elder brothers and sister. I don't know. But from the look of things, for now, none of those children want to know each other. It is even dangerous, highly dangerous. If Edochie had not passed away in a mysterious manner, I don't think maybe it would have been a bit softer. But the loss of Edochie, the loss of that young boy, I believe that is the last straw. I don't think there will be any way for them to reconnect back to each other. So let us keep our fingers crossed. October 15. But before then, I know there will be a lot of drama. Mary has to keep herself safe.